Nice. Beautiful. And then this is my little balance mechanism there. So we got that. So we're going to start out with Captain Marvel and Hulkling. We played a protection deck with Hulkling during our first game with him, kind of a modified pre-con. And now I'm curious where we want to go from there. My initial thought is a justice build. I want to kind of exploit confuse and see how we can do that, because I think his alter ego side is very powerful, being able to tutor some of those different shapeshift upgrades, which are doubles, so you can either play them, get the ready, or just use them as a just kind of a resource generator, because anytime he's in alter ego, he's going to have 2 additional resources just by tutoring some of those cards. So that's my initial thought, was justice, and as we're playing through, we can figure out where we want to go next. I also have no idea if, like, actually, let me check. Is Captain Marvel 3? Just want to make sure she's not like steady. Okay, she's not. She's not stalwart. I was like, let's build a stun or a confused lock, and then she's stalwart. It's like, oh well, that's too sad. All right, so we got Teddy Altman. That's Sam's little brother. Also went Justice Hulkling with Earth Mightiest Heroes for the first time in a long time. Oh my, I feel like Earth Mightiest Heroes is going to make a comeback in this wave. We're getting a lot of new Avengers, which also means a lot of new Avenger allies. And Earth Mightiest Heroes seems solid. Did you do like a float like a butterfly Justice Hulkling, or how'd that work? Vigilant Justice, confused plus cards that deal damage to confused targets. I like the thought train, Brant. I like the thought train. Cool stuff. I also really like Impersonation, which is the card that allows him to flip. And I believe that he is going to like player side schemes, especially in True Solo, because an Impersonation can just clear the player side scheme, allow him to flip, get the double, and then he can flip right back. So I'm thinking Impersonation, potentially even a one way or another build. Are we trying to do too many things with one way or another and float like a butterfly? Or are we... I guess we can... There's only one way to find out. I have our doubles, which I think are not an auto-include in Hulkling. That being said, I have not run a Hulkling deck with the doubles, so we will be running a deck with the doubles at some point. I just don't know if it is this game. So what I think I would like to do is go through, figure out what the core of the deck kind of looks like, and then see if we want to run the doubles from there. Modest King! Hey, what's up? How much support this new format will receive, even just getting more leaders and playing with that Civil War type setting. Are you talking about specifically for like PvP? One way or another is fine to draw cards. Just don't run Jessica Jones, Captain Britain, etc. Why not? And Captain Marvel there. We'll have the cards here. Alrighty. I'm just going to thumb through his cards just to kind of get a better idea, because I need to remember. I am excited about a Whiffin recursion strategy. I feel like that's going to be good. Shapeshifter Strike. Shapeshifter is such a good card. I gotcha. Fantasy Flight is doing weekly challenges again. Okay, that's cool. Did they just announce that today? We'll talk about that after this game, because that's interesting. I enjoyed those. I thought those were fun. Imitation Shape is really interesting. If you have a consistent confuse, that could be a really fun build. If we just try and go consistent confuse, run just all the confuse that we can possibly run. Imitation Shape, when an enemy would attack you, they scheme instead. It gives you +2 thwart. But if we just have a confuse on lock every single time, That seems cool. Enchantress, but start fully charmed. Interesting. That's kind of cool. So we actually may try that. I think we'll try that. I think we will try kind of sitting in an intimidation shape and imitation shape. I don't know why I cannot say imitation. It just goes to intimidation. Imitation shape allow us to just lock down the villain. That seems kind of fun. Okay, so we want a lot of confuse. We're gonna grab sonic rifles. We're gonna grab X's. We're gonna grab dazzlers, just to make sure that we always have that confuse on lock. Now, we could grab Professor X, but if we are running the strategy, he may not actually ever get to block, which may be fine, but we'll see. So let's go Cypher. After Cypher attacks and damages a confused enemy, you get to draw a card. I played Hulkling Protection against Captain America, and it was really fun. He really is such a cool puzzle. I'm really excited to try and figure out more of him, because he seems like right up my alley. Let's grab a Dazzler. Go Chamber. Chamber is the one who takes -1 consequential damage after he attacks a confused enemy. Okay. That feels like a solid just start. I wanted to grab Professor X. What are the chances I actually have another Professor X? My favorite faux pas is... Oh, Platonic Blast. Nice. That's great. Then, we're definitely running one way or another. One way or another, Hulkling seems like a ton of fun, because if you are in, let's call it just intimidation shape, you're drawing 4 cards with a 0 cost. That seems intense. This is what happens when you have like 9 decks built. Let's go Superpower Training. Quinn Carrier. Yellow Jacket. After Yellow Jacket enters play, switch your top 5 cards of your deck for an upgrade and add it to your hand. That feels like a decent card for Teddy. Iron Lad, when he uses basic power, exhaust an Avenger ally. Don't know if that's kind of the vibe we're going with right now. I feel like you want events to trigger the Hulkling upgrade response. I agree. What are our thoughts around assess the situation with Hulkling? Because it is a 0 cost event that allows you to trigger his shapes, but I'm gonna set it over here just as kind of a thought that we can consider. There's X. Alrighty, so we got that. Then let's grab Sonic Rifle. Actually, potentially 1 Sonic Rifle. But what about, is it Concussive Blow? Concussive Blow may be a better shout for a Confuse option, because it's the event and it gets to trigger all of our upgrades. It's a classic if you need a deck filler and it works for his upgrades. Yeah. So I think we'll grab 1 Sonic Rifle. That'll be nice to have. Could also go upside. Ooh, I love upside the head. That's an amazing shout. I think I like that over Concussive Blow. I think I like that over... After your hero makes a basic attack and damages an enemy, confuse that enemy. If that enemy is already confused, stun it instead. Let's grab 2 of those. That's fun. That's real fun. I'm gonna grab an Under Surveillance just because we're running intimidation shape. We do want to make sure that we have a little bit of headroom, because all the treacheries that make them attack instead make them scheme. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's grab a Float. Float like a butterfly. 1 extra damage whenever you attack a confused enemy. I guess anybody attacks a confused enemy. Let's go one way or another. Let's just grab those. Those are really cheap events that are going to allow us to trigger his upgrades. I need a skilled investigator. It's going to be in my Groot deck, I think. I have to go through and make sure that I rebuild all of these decks. Skilled investigator. We also got a build support, specialized training, probably just skilled investigator. Overwatch, even the odds, Spider-Man. Yeah, that seems good. Completely different direction for the deck, but you could go imitation form and play one way or another to draw 4. That is part of the deck, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we did grab 3 copies of one way or another for that specific reason, because it sounds awesome. I'd run Scare Tactics, and the one that the villain schemes and then you deal damage. Those events get less play, so fun to use them here. Oh, interesting, yeah. Scare Tactics is... I always get Scare Tactics and think Fast confused. Deal 3 damage to a confused enemy for a 1-cost event. I like it. That fits the vibe here. Let's grab 2 of those. Has anyone found any like staples that just have to go in Teddy's deck, regardless of aspects? So like any basic staples that we're finding? I feel like Quinn Carrier is pretty decent. I'm a little hesitant on Swift Retribution. I'm scared I don't have enough Confuse in the deck. I very well may, but I always just get a little intimidated by not having enough Confuse and making him scheme. What does that put us at? 2, 4, 6, 8. We've got 7 cards left. I think we will go assess the situation. So we got 4 cards left. I do want to grab... Let's grab a Nick. Just looking at card draw stuff. Hi, MC from Canada. We met last week at Dandelions. Hey, DJ. This situation has been my staple. I can also see Blade, EMH becoming a staple. Yeah, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, exhaust an Avenger to ready an Avenger. That seems good, yeah. Such a situation can also become a clean +1 when you have... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's fun. What are our thoughts around Depth Focus? Do we like Depth Focus in Teddy, or are we finding that we don't really need it? Also, I just want to make sure that all the cool new cards, I want to make sure that we're not missing out. Face the Past. I don't like Super Squirrel. He scares me. Assess is a staple for sure. Sick. You run Deft. You run Deft. Try it. I think we said we were going to run it last time and we forgot to. Let's grab a Deft Focus. It's cheap, so it doesn't need to hit every turn to be worth it. Fair. Especially with so much card draw, like I think we can find a card to use Depth Focus on. Yeah, 50-50 depending on deck scenario. That makes sense. What about Justice Served? What if we run 2x Justice Served? Because if we're going to be sitting in imitation shape, we're going to have 3 threat, which is going to remove the majority of threat, or clear the majority of side schemes, meaning that we get to ready our hero and just get more activations out of it. Could also go like Heroic Intuition. Could be an interesting addition here. Or potentially just more allies to block. We have an... Oh, no. Our block is Confuse Lock. I need to remember that. Block is Confuse Lock. Turn the Tide. Turn the Tide is, I think Turn the Tide. 0 cost event. So really easy to trigger. If we have a 3 thwart, we're probably going to be able to thwart down any side schemes. Also triggers off of impersonation or whatever that card is. Sus is essentially net 0 with shapeshift. Oh yeah, with the ability. Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. I think I want to run Turn the Tide here. I feel like that it's just like a lot of damage, especially if we are in like Hulk form. Now it's we thwart down, we turn the tide. Now if we are using his event to thwart, we will be in alter ego, which does not allow us to trigger this. Professor X and the 4-cost X-Men ally Dazzler, that confuses. Yeah, those are in there. I'm gonna grab Turn the Tide. I think it will work, but now that I'm saying it out loud. You don't have true, very very true. I feel like I want to though. I want to go get that double. I want to go get more money. Money is fun. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. If I put this, I need to find a spot to put this somewhere. If I put this here, like, it doesn't create a shadow anymore. Cool. Alrighty, well, let's dive in and play our first Justice game with Teddy. Don't think you need Quinn Carrier. I think I would cut Death Focus before Quinn Carrier. I could see us not needing Quinn Carrier 100%. I could see that. If you're confusing anyway, the free flip is less valuable. True. Very true. Oh, did I shuffle the main schemes into here? I didn't. I must have just pulled them out, thinking that, hey, we'll figure it out later. Okay, so Captain Marvel is a blue, so we'll grab, I guess we'll just do a random 1A and a random 2A. Why not? In competitive mode, the enemy team finds the choosing side scheme. In cooperative mode, they find the chosen leader side scheme and reveal it. So Captain Marvel's side scheme is Alpha Flight Station. It comes in with 3 threat. It has an amplified token. It says when defeated, place 3 counters on energy channel. At least not a Star Wars steady. Yeah. Run Deft and Sense of Justice. I could see that. Captain Marvel comes in with 18 whopping hit points. So we got 10, 15, 18. Teddy has what we would call rudely designed 13 hit points. And Captain Marvel says, set up the enemy team finds energy channel and attaches it to Captain Marvel. And then after Captain Marvel attacks and defeats a character, place 1 energy counter on energy channel. So this will be a fun build for this deck. I think the idea is that she doesn't really attack too much. It'll still remove the counters, but she won't attack you. One thing to know is that you can negate her energy channel force response with a stun. Interesting. Okay. So energy channel says after a leader, hero, or ally attacks Captain Marvel, replace an energy counter here. Then if there are at least 4 counters here, remove all of them. Then she attacks that character and they gain overkill. Whoa, okay, well that's mean. Especially because she starts out with a 2 scheme and a 2 thwart. So if she is stunned, so I guess also if we're in imitation shape, she would scheme instead. Right? Because whenever she would attack, she schemes instead. So Alpha Flight Station, we probably want to clear when we have 3 counters here, because you get to remove all of them. She would scheme with overkill. That's great. If there's each minion gains guard. Alrighty. Each minion gains guard. So we have Rallying Call. I really like the modular encounter deck. That's cool. So if she schemes with Overkill, does any excess threat go onto a side scheme, or it goes on to the next stage? And if you lose based off that, it's actually a threat that you have to place at the setup of your next game. And our energy channel doesn't pop until you attack. Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense. So yeah, the force response is after the attack, not after the placement of counters. That's really important. I would have definitely missed that. Cool. It can have more than 4. But it doesn't really... Oh, I do different cards take into account how many counters are in energy channel. I was like... That could be a reason to not let it just build up. Hulkling... Alrighty. No. I don't think that our initial play is... There's a healing one. Okay, cool. I don't think that our initial play is a imitation shape. There are cards like that. Sweet. Thanks. Mainly because I don't think I want to start out Captain Marvel scheming. I think I want to build up a confused engine first. So that's kind of my thought. We start out with 5 cards. Got Shapeshifter Strike, Winged Shape. So we get +1/+1/+1, gain the aerial trait. After you play an event, we can exhaust this to remove 2 threat from a scheme. We got Turn the Tide. We got One Way or Another, and we got Armored Shape. So we're definitely going to keep these as well as One Way or Another. I think we're going to mulligan Shapeshifter Strike. Potentially could go with... We're going to keep Turn the Tide. Yeah. I'll draw into a Hulk. Jeez, wow. We just got all the shapes. Alrighty, we'll use our skin changer, our shape changer, to go grab the last one. We'll just have them all. Why not, right? Alrighty. Jeez. All of the doubles. Let's go ahead and flip up here to Hulkling. So force response after a shapeshift upgrade enters play under your control, discard each other shapeshift upgrade you control and ready Hulkling. Sounds good. So let's go ahead and let's thwart 1 off of Alpha Flight Station. Let's go ahead and use Armored Shape to play Winged Shape. So that's going to give us a +1/+1/+1 in the aerial trait. And after we play an event, we can exhaust Winged Shape to remove 2 threat from a scheme. You did say you wanted the doubles. That is very true. And I got what I asked for. When this enters play, my chosen shapes readies me. And then we're going to play One Way or Another. So searching encounter deck for a scheme. Reveal that side scheme. Draw 3 cards. So we got Arrest Order. Hinder 1. Defeating player deals the topmost shield minion in the encounter discard pile to themselves as a face-down encounter card. That seems pretty good. When defeated, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Unregistered Suit. I don't think I want that. Each minion gains guard. Shield Patrol is interesting. That's already a thing, so I don't know if I care too much about getting that out of the encounter deck. Each identity gains the unregistered trait. I think we're going to go with the Arrest Order. So we will place the Arrest Order out with 4 threat, 3 hinder 1. I'm going to draw 3 cards. So we got Death Focus, Under Surveillance, and Upside the Head. Then I'm going to trigger Winged Shape to remove 2 threat from Arrest Order. So that's fun. Okay. I think we go Hulk shape over imitation shape right now, just because we don't necessarily have the confuse ready to go. But I think first I want to thwart a rest order. So that's going to clear there. There's that. I think I go under surveillance. So I could play turn the tide. The other option would be to like play upside the head and def focus. That could be the play. Instead of dealing the 3 damage, I could do upside the head. And I would actually get to trigger Hulk shape. So I'm actually not going to trigger turn the tide on that because I think I'd rather get def focus out. Slam. Imitation, just play under surveillance. I like the confidence. Alrighty. So we got that. We've still not attacked Captain Marvel. So we're going to go ahead and use intimidation shape. Let's just call it intimidation shape to play Hulk shape, discarding wing shaped. And then that's going to ready Hulkling. We're going to use turn the tide to play a def focus, which can reduce the cost of our next superpower. And then we are going to attack. We do have +2 attack from the Hulk shape. So we're going to attack Captain Marvel for 3. Whenever we attack, we have to put a counter on energy channel. And then we are going to use under surveillance to play upside the head. After your hero makes a basic attack and damages an enemy, confuse that enemy. If it was already confused, we would stun it. And then that's going to trigger Hulk shape to deal 2 more damage. Seems like a decent turn. Decent opening. I guess that's what happens when you draw 4 doubles in your opening hand and a one way or another, but still. All right, let's stand up. Hulk has scare tactic. Beautiful. Float. Beautiful. One way or another. Love it. Scare tactic again. And a shapeshifter strike. Cool. Let's go ahead and throw 1 threat here. Captain Marvel is going to attack us for 2, 3 with the Amplify plus a boost card. We're just going to take it on the chin. It's going to be 4 total damage, which takes us down to 9. Then our encounter card. Bounty Hunting. Discard 1 card from your hand at random if you have the unregistered trait. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each resource icon on that card. Probably Scare Tactic. These Scare Tactics make me sick. Can anyone name the band? I'd be shocked. It's very gettable, but it's like that's a very wild random reference. Okay. One way or another, if I can't get a hold of all starter decks in Lord of the Rings, is it worth to buy 2 of them? Or should I get the hero expansion? I think I would say I would go with the starter decks. I think you're going to get better bang for your buck for 2 of them versus 1 hero expansion. You're going to get a more cohesive kind of deck build. That being said, I don't think you can go wrong with either option. Alright, one way or another. Let's do it. Bring out You're Dead. The band was The Wonder Years, by the way. If anyone was curious. Don't remember the song right now. Each minion gains guard. It does have another amplify, which is a little scary. Because I think I could die pretty quickly. But each minion already has guard based off of our rallying call main scheme. What are all the side schemes? When defeated, the enemy team searches in counter deck for a copy of unregistered supers and deals it to the defeating player. I don't think I want to deal with that. Each identity gains the unregistered trait. That's probably not a bad thing. What's the worst that could happen, right? What's up, Squirt? Good evening. That's going to come in with 4. We get to draw 3 cards. Dazzler, Sonic Rifle, and Assess Situation. Hulk Shape will deal 2 damage. It is not an attack, so it does not trigger Energy Channel. Okay. Okay, so I can use Depth Focus to help pay for Shapeshifter Strike, which will deal effectively 7 damage to Captain Marvel. 8 damage because we'll play Float Like a Butterfly, but we'll get to Ready Hulk Shape and use it again. So that's a lot of damage to get out there. Then I think I flip. I was like, but I may die. I'm like, yeah, I just flip down. It doesn't matter. If I flip it down, I can go grab a double, which changes the math a little bit. I still think I play Assess and Float, and then I could use, yeah, I still think so. Do I have 54 life? No, this is 9. This is 9. I wish. 54 night would be crazy. Counter that giving us traits has never been bad, right? No. See, what they're trying to do is incentivize you to run Strength and Diversity. There you go. Alrighty, let's use Depth Focus and a Dazzler to play Shapeshifter Strike. Actually first, sorry. Scare Tactic and Sonic Rifle. We'll play... Hold on. If I use that, I would have the double... I think I'm going to... If I hold on to Float, I could actually play this Sonic Rifle with the double that I grab and Assess, but then I have the Sonic Rifle on the table. So I think I would prefer that over the 1 extra damage this round by putting Float onto the table. I think I'd rather have the Consistent Confuse, play Float next turn with the card that we pull next turn. And yeah, so we're not going to play Float. We'll go ahead and just play Shapeshifter Strike using a Depth Focus and a Dazzler. So that's going to be 5 damage to Captain Marvel, which is going to increase her energy channel. And then we get to Ready and then use Hulk Shape to take her down to 4. Not an attack. Okay. Do I attack her? Yeah, I like... I'll go ahead and attack her for 3. Take her down to 1. Oh, I bet she's going to have the same text as all of the rest of them where she cannot take any more damage that phase when we flip her. So we will have to be cognizant of that. I really like that, though. I think that's a really fun text to have. Is there a way in Marvel Champions to make higher max HP? Yes. Yeah, so we got like Endurance and Symbiote Suit, which are 2 basic cards. We have cards like Frontline Specialist, which is a linked cards to specialized training. We have a lot of hero cards will do it. And then we have a lot of new of the conditioning cards in this newest expansion. Let me grab one. So like athletic conditioning says that you get +3 hit points as well as +1 attack. So yeah, there are some ways. And then there's a lot of cards in green that play off of if you have at or over your max hit points. So that's an archetype that they were trying to play around with for a little bit. We'll flip down to Teddy. We'll go ahead and grab Imitation Shape. We'll use Imitation and Scare Tactic to play Sonic Rifle. Then we'll play Assess the Situation for +1 hand size, and we'll hold Float. Yeah, I think probably Hulk, right? He starts with 18. He has a card that gives him +4, 22. You can go 32 with Symbiote Suits, 36 with Frontline Specialist, 39 with, oh geez, yeah, 39 with Endurance, Aggressive Conditioning, 42. Honorary cards could get him up to like a 30 or 45. I think that 46, I guess you can play Honorary Avenger on him. That's cool. We get 6 cards. X. Assess. Oh, we have to ready. One way or another. We've been hitting those one way or another's amazing. Now that's what now this is pod racing. Impersonation, beautiful, beautiful. This is once per round, less beautiful. And a superpower dragon. Cool. We're going to add 2 threat to the main here. Captain Marvel is confused. Then our encounter card is Paladin, Quick Strike, and Toughness. We are an alter ego, so the Quick Strike does not go off. When revealed, discard 1 card from your hand at random if we had the unregistered trait, which we do. We lost X. That's sad. And he has Tough. Okay, well that's fun. Yikes. That'll probably be fine. All right, let's go ahead and grab. Where do we want to go? What does our life look like? Do we want to go potentially even winged shape? I don't think we're really touching Captain Marvel this round. I think we're probably I'm a little scared of Imitation Shape right now because I don't think I can get out of it. Yeah, let's grab Wing Shape. What's up, chicken? Now imagine getting She-Hulk that high health and oh, that's cool. That's fun. That's real fun. Warlock could also have a lot of HP with the conditioning. Oh yeah. Yeah, he could bring all of the toys. That's fun. That's real fun. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip up to Hulk. Yes, I will call him Hulk the rest of the time. I will not be taking notes. Let's play one way or another. What's the worst that could happen? I think whatever I grab, I'm going to grab the Shield Patrol. Each minion gains guard. We already have that, so that I don't think it's going to be too bad. The Amplify is tough, but whatever. We could Hulk shape to blast Captain Marvel into stage 4 if we wanted to. She becomes steady in stage 4. I don't think I want to do that. So let's Hulk shape to knock the tough off of Paladin. Let's go ahead and Hulk smash for 3 here on Paladin. Oh, yeah, we have to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Shapeshifter, let's go. Silly card. Silly card. Okay, let's use Impersonation and a Deaf Focus. Let's hold off on that, sorry. Okay, so I think... Let's play Shapeshifter. Search our deck and discard pile for a Shapeshift upgrade and add it to our hand. Or do I want to play... No, I think we're good. We'll grab an Imitation Shape. We may actually play all of them. Let's go Assess the Situation and a Superpower Training to play Wing Shape. That's going to Ready Hulk. Give us +1/+1/+1. I'll go ahead and attack to take out Paladin. Get rid of him. We've got Deaf Focus, Impersonation to play Impersonation. And that's going to remove 4 threat from the main. Let's go ahead and clear that. Winged Shape is going to go ahead and clear 2 threats off of Government Contractor. Now let's take it off of Shield Patrol. I'm not flipping. We're going to go Turn the Tide and Float to play Intimidation Shape, which will ready us. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. I'm going to use a Sonic Rifle to confuse Captain Marvel. And then Hulk is going to thwart for 3. From Government Contractor. We have a Skilled Investigator coming up, and that's kind of what I'm banking on. Alrighty, we got a Quinn Carrier, Armored Defense, Assess the Situation, Alien Physiology, and Nick Fury. Nice. 1 threat on the main. Captain Marvel is going to attack, but instead she is going to scheme, but she is confused. Then our encounter card is a Shield Soldier. Put the topmost Shield minion in the encounter discard pile into play. Engage with you. I don't have any Shield minions, so that will not happen. But it does have Guard. I'm going to play Assess Situation for +1 hand size and allows me to draw a card, which is a Shapeshifter Strike. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use Quinn Carrier, Armor Defense, and Nick Fury to play Alien Physiology. It's a resource generator. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't have to do that. Hold on. Because it's a superpower. I'm going to use Deaf Focus. Quinn Carrier and Armor Defense to play Alien Physiology, which is a resource generator. It says we can exhaust it to generate a wild resource or a double wild resource if you're playing for the Hulkling card. And Brant, now I see why you're saying that we probably don't need Quinn Carrier. I forgot about Alien Physiology. He has a Quinn Carrier in his kit. Okay. We'll go Alien Physiology to play Shapeshifter Strike. We'll deal 5 damage to the shielded soldier. We get to Ready, and then we will use this to draw a card, which is a Yellow Jacket. Hulk still has 3 Thwart. I'll go ahead and take out Government Contractor. This should actually be a 2. And then we'll confuse with the Sonic. Okay. Hold on to Nick, but toss Yellow Jacket, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. And assess situation gives us 6 hand size. So we got Nick Fury, Skilled Investigator, Armored Defense, Whiffin. Beautiful. Oh, I forgot about Whiffin. Whiffin's so good because we can use Whiffin to go grab the Shapeshifter event card, which gets us a double, which we can switch out of silly. Upside the Head and a Cipher. Nice. 1 threat here on the main. Captain Marvel is going to attack us, but instead she is confused. And then we've got an encounter card, which is Bounty Hunting. Discard 1 card at random, or from your hand at random if you have the unregistered trait. We did get rid of that. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each resource icon on that card. We'll get rid of Armored Defense and go to 4 here. Beautiful. These are all ready. Okay. I'm liking Hulkling. Okay. Alien Physiology will play Whiffin, which will go grab us. We can search our deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to our hand. We're going to grab Shapeshifter. We're going to play Shapeshifter to search our deck for our deck and discard pile for a Shapeshift upgrade and add it to our hand. Where Hulk form? Do you like Hulkling better than Tigra? I've only played 1 full game with Hulkling, 95% of a game with Tigra because I had to leave early, and this is my 2nd game with Hulkling. My prediction is that yes, I will like Hulkling more than Tigra, but who knows? I've been very wrong before. Okay, so interesting idea. What if we go with a armored shape, and the Retaliate 1 will knock Captain Marvel into stage 4 in the villain phase, meaning that we're not missing out on too much of a phase where she cannot take damage. I think we're going to do that. Let's grab armored shape. We'll trigger Intimidation to draw into Altman Residence. I really like Altman, but I don't think that I'm going to play this. I think our game is pretty close to being finished at this point. Let's play Skilled Investigator. Let's go ahead and thwart after a side scheme is defeated. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go ahead and have Whiffin thwart Shield Patrol. I'm going to clear here. He's going to take a damage. We will exhaust Skilled Investigator, draw the last card in our deck, which is Chamber. We'll get an encounter card. I am curious about those who have been able to play. Which one are you enjoying more, Hulkling or Tigra? My guess is that the community will like Hulkling more. Okay. Upside the Head, Cipher, Altman Residence, and Chamber will play Nick Fury. We'll draw 3 cards. Turn the Tide, and Float Like a Butterfly. Okay. Hulk will go ahead and thwart this down to 1. We'll go Turn the Tide and Float to play a Armored Shape. which will ready Hulk. I'm going to use Hulk's 1 thwart here to pull off Rallying Call. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Ooh, actually, no. First, sorry. Nick will thwart here on Alpha Flight Station. That'll clear here and put 3 counters onto Energy Channel. Then we will use Hulk to thwart 1 there. We'll play Turn the Tide to deal 3 damage, which will push Captain Marvel into stage 4. When reveal, deal each player an encounter card. Yikes. She cannot take more damage this phase. Then after she attacks and defeats a character, place an energy counter on Energy Channel. I did attack her. So real quick, I'm going to heal up to 11. And then we're going to remove all of these, and she's going to attack us with Overkill. So it's going to be 3 plus 1, so 4 total damage. We're at 11. We'll go down to 7. Nice. Personally, I see myself playing Hulkling more. He's probably more variability in deck building. Yeah. Will Retaliate trigger if an ally blocks for your hero? It will not. No. Yeah, if the ally has Retaliate and survives the attack, it will trigger. But the character who has Retaliate has to be the one to take the attack for it to trigger. We need 8 damage here. All right, let's stand up. We're going to be taking a lot of damage. We got a sus situation, under surveillance, one way or another, winged shape, beautiful, and a scare tactic. 2, 4, 5. Let's add 1 threat here. Marvel is going to attack us. We'll block with Nick. It'll be 3, 4, 5. It's going to take out Nick Fury. Then we got 3 encounter cards, so that's kind of exciting. First up, Paladin's Pistol attached to Paladin, otherwise attached to the enemy leader. When the attached character attacks, this attack gains range and overkill. Discard this card after the attack. It's +2. Okay, well, that's fun. Okay, I love that. Exhaustion Surge, exhaust your identity. Joke's on you, I forgot to ready. And then we got Heroes for Hire. When defeated, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for unregistered supers. Deals it to the defeating player as a face-down encounter card. Comes in with 4. And then we've got Cosmic Flight. When Captain Marvel would take more than 3 damage from an attack, reduce that amount to 3, then discard that card, +1 attack. Also, she has 22 health. Okay. Well, that's kind of exciting. Cool. Fun. I don't think there's actually another card in that deck. Or another side scheme in that deck. I think we've pulled them all. Okay. We do have an assess situation, which we'll just go ahead and play. We'll heal 2 damage to go up to 522 health. Let's go ahead and use Alien Physiology to play Winged Shape, which will ready Hulkling. Couple options. We could actually, I'm probably not jump blocking with Within anyways because Captain Marvel has overkill based on the Paladin's Pistol. So she's attacking me for 5, 6 damage. That's not good. Cool. Let's go ahead and have Within go ahead and thwart 2 off of Heroes for Hire. And then Hulkling will go ahead and thwart 2 off of Heroes for Hire. We have to go find unregistered supers. Just checking the... Unregistered supers. Your identity gains the unregistered trait. As an alter ego action, discard an identity-specific card from your hand to discard this card. So that's coming to us as a encounter card next round. So that's not the end of the world. And Skilled Investigator triggers to draw us a card, which is very interesting. Yes. That seems fun. We should do that. Heck yeah. Very cool. Okay, let's go ahead and use Def Focus and Scare Tactics to play Impersonation. Remove the threat here. Flip down to Alter Ego, because if it removes the last threat, we get to change to Alter Ego form. Then we're going to go find Armored Shape? Whiff instead. I kind of like Armored Shape because we're about to get hit for so much, so just getting the +2 defense here feels decent. Because I believe I will be blocking. Or this is what we do. We still go Armored Shape, but we use Armored Shape to play under surveillance, and we let her scheme, and we stay in Alter Ego form. I'm going to toss one way or another. I'm pretty sure we've depleted that deck. And then we're in Alter Ego form if we want to get rid of this unregistered supers. But I'm thinking, based on what we draw, there's a good chance that we can rush her down with a Hulk shape play next turn. Because if we draw some of his attack events, we're feeling pretty good. So let's go ahead and stand up. We have Assess, so we have 6 hand size. Another Assess. Shapeshifter, beautiful. It's such a good card. Armored Defense would have been nice if we had flipped up. There's Shapeshifter Strike. There's the first one. Dazzler. And a one way or another. Add a threat. Captain Marvel is going to scheme for 2, 4. So we go up to 5 out of 11. Then we've got unregistered supers. We gain the unregistered trait. We can discard an identity-specific card to discard this card. And we've got Nowhere Safe. Place a pursuit counter, discard an upgrade or support. It's going to be Skilled Investigator. Okay, nice. Let's grab Hulk Shape. Hulk Shape seems good. We could get rid of unregistered super. Or we just roll the dice and hope that we are fine. That also seems good. Shapeshifter is silly. Shapeshifter is silly. Cool. I think there's a world in which we actually go into Intimidation Shape, confuse, and so we can just continue to postpone this. So let's try and do that, and I think that's probably where we want to be. We're at 9 health. We're happy with that. Let's flip up to Hulkling. Okay, how do we want to do this? Do I care about the main? I don't think I do, because I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack Captain Marvel for 2. It's going to trigger energy channel for 1. Okay. Let's use Alien Physiology to play Hulk shape. Okay. We'll play Shapeshifter. We get to go find Intimidation shape. Hulk shape triggers, takes her down to 18. Which are the most important hero decks to buy in Mutant Genesis? Cyclops. Cyclops is so good. How much of my very first Nelson stream have I missed so far? An hour, 17 minutes, and 47 seconds. Or half a game. Or 75% of a game. Welcome, by the way. That's exciting. I'm so happy you're here. Have you broken into Civil War yet? Tiger sets up super fast. That's why people will like about her. Yeah, she does seem like a just go, 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 go hero. Which is really cool. Okay. I want to... We're ready when Hulk came into play. I think that's our play. I think we're not... I did flip this turn. So we're looking at taking a pretty big hit, which is very sad. Is there any way to force her into scheming? There is with Imitation Shape. If I attack 1, 2, 3, she would attack me. I'm not about that life. I think I want to attack for 3. Go down to 14. Energy channel there. Is there another side scheme in that deck? That would solve everything. I'm just scared of this big hit that's coming. But I think I just switch her into scheming and then we'll call it a day. Not arrived in the UK. Yeah. Hopefully soon. Still need to watch your new Lord of the Rings playthrough. I have a Saga. Saga is so much fun in Lord of the Rings. I love it. It's so good. Okay, let's use armor defense in one way or another to play Intimidation Shape. It's going to ready Hulk. Get rid of Hulk shape. So now when an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. We're going to go ahead and thwart for 3 here to take this down to 2. We are going to use assess. We're going to play assess the situation. Intimidation shape will draw us a card, which is going to be superpower training. I agree. Assess situation is really good. There should be number of encounters. Oh, number of encounters +1. Good call. Thank you. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're all out. Nice. Good call, Fate. Okay. Let's use Dazzler and Def Focus to play Shapeshifter Strike. It's going to deal 5 damage to Captain Marvel. And it's going to ready, and then we will exhaust to draw a card with Intimidation Shape, which is going to be another Shapeshifter Strike. Alrighty. I was going to just throw out Superpower Training, but I think instead, I think I still will put Superpower Training out because I can thwart it down and immediately ready when Hulk form comes into play. And I do think I want Hulk form back. Or is Shapeshifter Strike just worth... I think Shapeshifter Strike is worth the Hulk form. Getting 5 damage there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just hold Superpower Training, and we will stand up. How is Not Hulk? Not Hulk, I like it. Really well. Not Hulk is thriving in Justice. We were going to go with the Float Like a Butterfly. I have not played Float Like a Butterfly, but I've been able to use like a Confuse Lock and flipping into Imitation Stance, which forces Captain Marvel to scheme instead of attack whenever she would attack me, which is interesting. And so I've been like status locking her, but just through Confuse. Got Upside the Head, one way or another, Quinn Carrier, Sonic Rifle, and a Professor X. Nice. I'm going to add Tooth right here. Captain Marvel is going to scheme because Imitation for 2, 4. Takes us up to 8. Then our encounter card is another unregistered super. We have double unregistered super. Or double... Cool. That doesn't work. Ooh, I could Sonic Rifle it. Excellent. Or I could Professor X it. Doesn't matter. Do I care? Okay. We're going to use one way or another Upside the Head and Quinn Carrier to play Professor X. No, Sonic Rifle. We're actually going to hold on to, we're going to use X. So we're going to use these 3 to pay for Sonic Rifle. We'll use Sonic Rifle to confuse Captain Marvel. Beautiful. Okay. We will Alien Physiology. No, that doesn't work. I mean, it does, but it doesn't work like I want it to. I'm going to have Upside the Head. I'm going to play one way or another, which will whiff, but will trigger Imitation Shape to grab Yellow Jacket. Worth a shot. Let's go Alien Physiology to play Shapeshifter Strike to deal 5 damage to Captain Marvel, which will add here, which she will scheme, removing her Confuse. And then we get to Ready and Exhaust to play to grab Assess Situation. Oh, she's steady. That's not great. Okay, so she's scheming for 2. I'm going to have thwarted first. And then I'm going to have played X instead of the sonic rifle. And have him have thwarted down to 2. And she is still half confused. Good call, thank you. 1 damage here. And she's scheming for 2, 4. So we go up to 6. Good call. We'll play assess, and we'll pitch Yellow Jacket. So we will pop the main here, but I still think that that's better than... I still think that that's fine. Actually, you know what? No. If we're going to pop the main, we're going to hold on to this. We're going to flip down to Alter Ego. We'll use a ability to go grab one of our doubles, Hulk shape, and then we'll play Yellow Jacket. Play only if you have the Avenger trait. We don't have the Avenger trait anymore. Never mind. We will still go down. We'll still play Assess, but we'll just stay in Alter Ego. Cool. We should be fine. We should be fine. Stand up. We get 6 cards, 2, 4, encounter card. Steady is brutal. I was more excited for Tigra because I love the more simple to learn characters. I just know I love Hulkling in the long run. Nice. Could clear one of those obligations. Oh, I could. Yeah. No. Oh, I could grab a double and then clear it. Great call. Yes. Thank you. I did play an assess, so we get 2 more cards, leaving us with a scare tactic, shapeshifter strike. So we have lethal when we're ready. We're going to go up to 8. Captain Marvel will scheme for 2, 5, which will pop. After a status card is placed on the enemy leader, place a threat here. We lose at 9. Comes in with 0. And we've got 2 encounter cards. First one is Bring Them In. Exhaust each unregistered identity. Otherwise, the enemy team. Cool. And then we've got Rapid Response. Discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. If you're in Alter Ego form, place threat on the main scheme equal to that minion's scheme. 1. Okay. You don't reveal it. You just place a threat on it. That's kind of interesting. Steady is easily my most forgotten play role. Yeah, same. Alrighty. We'll flip up and we will play Shapeshifter Strike for lethal. Hulkling, this was very much a control deck. I felt like I was kind of in control pretty much the entire game. I never really felt... I felt like I always had an option. I felt like he's like this like sneaky character that like it's like, oh, we can, oh my gosh, we're gonna get hit for like 6 plus a boost card with overkill, and it's like, well, just make Captain Marvel never attack. And like it's just like he feels like he has a lot of like ways to get out of specific situations, and then just getting the cards to get him out of those situations, I think is kind of where he's going to where the fun comes in. So that was fun. That was real fun. I enjoyed Hulkling. Nice. I think next, lots of versatility. Lots and lots of versatility. Yeah. The SS to grab those doubles is super. Yes. And then being able to use them as doubles or use them as a free ready. Or not a free ready, but a ready, because you can play them ready, change up stats, get more benefits from playing events. It's just a lot of really cool and really interesting situations going on.